lá. Hello, Harmonica friends. Good morning to all of you. Good night to all of you. I don't know exactly where you are. Bom dia, Roberto Alain. Assim eu não vou ao quartel hoje. Maravilha. Fica aqui com a gente. Essa é uma live em inglês, tá, Roberto? Vou ficar falando inglês aqui com os nossos amigos do mundo, mas você é muito bem-vindo. Que bom que você está aqui curtindo com a gente. Well, good morning, good night, good afternoon for all our harmonica friends in the world. Welcome to our third live of the Choro Harmonica week, a very special week where we celebrate the Choro Day, which will happen in the next Friday on April 23. And why is the April 23 so important for us who love Choro? That's a good question. I will answer for that question later, okay? So before we start, I want just to check out our connections. Is everything going fine? Is everything going fine? We are broadcasting this live simultaneously from YouTube channel of Sopro de Arte and at Instagram Sopro de Arte Brasil. Big Chico, good morning, Big Chico. A great harmonica player from Brazil, my good friend, and a wonderful harmonica player. Well, and it seems that everything's just going fine, so I will move on, okay? I started today playing one huge success composed by Jacó do Bandolim. This song is called Noites Cariocas. Fala, man! This song is called Noites Cariocas. It was composed by Jacó do Bandolim in 1957. And it made a great success. It's a great success until today, okay? And I am using the playback made by Fernando César, one of the top 7 strings acoustic guitar of Brazil. He is brother of Hamilton de Holanda, and he knows everything about choro, about samba, about pagode. He's a wonderful musician, and he has a YouTube channel where he let all his videos available for anyone who wants. Okay, so it's very good, very well done. You know, all the videos he made was a super an excellent level, and it's just wonderful to have a place where you can just press the play button and play along with him. You know, it's wonderful. I enjoy a lot to do so, and I already spend some hours playing with Fernando César playbacks. Okay, so I really recommend to you, if you want to play choro, if you need a playback, go to Fernando César's YouTube channel. Okay. Wow, my friends. Sucesso, great harmonica player. Thank you, Big Chico. Saúde. And today, our topic today is to discuss the choro accent, the choro swing. Okay? That is a very important topic. Not only for its technical relevance, but also because it tells us a lot about the historical development of choro style. First of all, I must say that at the beginning, and I'm thinking about the 19th century, at the beginning of the choro history, we didn't had the accompaniment made by percussion at all. For almost 1 century, choro music was played without percussion. That's really meaningful, isn't it? Because nowadays it's almost impossible to conceive a roda de choro without a pandeiro, without a tantã, without a tamborim. It's impossible to imagine that. But that was precisely what happened back then. So, we didn't had yet the percussion. And the way to interpret the accent, the swing, was pretty much different yet. I could say that it was less obvious, no? So, for example, I will play just the first phrase of the first choro, the choro I used to start our Choro Harmonica week on Monday, Flor Amorosa. This is the theme. Okay, one more time. Realize that I'm tapping with my foot, I am tapping the pulse. Okay? That's Fura Amorosa, composed by Joaquim Antônio Calado in 1867. And now, Noites Cariocas, composed almost 1 century later. Okay? So here, I'm tapping the pulse here, and let's go. You see the difference? What is the difference between those? What is the difference? Good morning, Joaquin. Buenos dias, amigo. What is the difference between these two phrases? There's a huge difference in them, and that difference is exactly what we are going to discuss here today. Okay, so when at first, as I was saying, Choro hadn't the percussion. Bom dia. Didn't have the percussion to make the accompaniment. And all the accents were evident, were obvious. You know? With the time, some huge changes happened to Choro music. The first I want to mention is the composing by Chiquinha Gonzaga of the Machixe U Corta Jaca, which I played on Monday too. No? As you remember, Corta Jaca was inspired by the movement of the dancers in the popular balls around the city. So this is it is really relevant because it brings to the choro a kind of swing, of movement that it wasn't present yet on its music. So here's the pulse, and here's the accent, the main accent of this team. You see, there's a lot of swing there already, and something about 15 years later, around 1915, already in the 20th century, Pixinguinha will finally bring the percussion to the roda de choro, to the choro music. Okay? And that was really important because now, with the add of the percussion, the choro will finally find its best groove. So we have a development of the style along the time, isn't it? So at the beginning was only the acoustic guitar playing, the flute, and the mandolin playing. Only that. Little by little, even this formation, choro was becoming more close to the dance, okay? As we saw with Chiquinha Gonzaga. It was closer to the dance, so therefore it was getting more swinged, more balanced, okay? And finally, with Pixinguinha, the percussion will come into the roda de choro, and then we have a jump. There we have a jump. There we have the final conception of a choro group, which includes the percussion. Since then, okay? So, and then when Jacó de Mandolin composes that, we are talking to 4 decades later of that, okay? So, Noites Cariocas, which is the example I took here, I'm using here, it was composed in 1957. So, we already had all the generation of Jacó de Mandolin was formed with the percussion already, okay? So the percussion was part of the choro ambience of Jacó de Mandolin since he was born. And that's so important. That's so important. And I myself, I believe that Jacó de Mandolin is the swingest guy in the history of choro. He's amazing. He's so groovy, you know. So we had that. We had that event that was the incoming of the percussion, the arriving of percussion in Roda de Choro. That was a really important thing. And we got these two phrases, okay? The phrases from Flor Amorosa and the phrase from Noites Cariocas. Let me play one more time, all the beginning of each of them, and then I will ask for you, which are the difference between them? First, Flor Amorosa. Okay? And now, Noites Cariocas, in the simples. What is the difference? The difference between those two phrases is precisely the difference about it brings to us the definition of what is swing. And then I ask to you, what is swing? What is to swing? What's groovy? What is balanço in Portuguese? You say balanço. See, what it is? I will try to explain for you now. Swing is what our body feels when the musical phrase accentuate a point that is not the same of the main pulse. Okay? Do I make myself clear? So, we have a pulse here. If my melody is based only on the pulse, that will reinforce, I will give more potency to the pulse itself. So, I am playing in a way that always I am all the strong notes of my melody coincide with the main pulse. Okay, that's a less swing. And now I will play some other phrases where the main notes will not coincide with the main pulse. So, you see? So, good morning, Harmonica College. Welcome. So, what I'm saying here is the feeling of swing is caused by the displacement between the main pulse and the musical phrase. Is that brings to our body. We feel the groovy, we feel the swing in our body. It's our body that must feel that wish to dance, that wish to groove, to bougie, you know. So that's the swing. And now let's come back one more time to those two phrases. The phrase from Antônio Calado, Flor Amorosa, that was composed in the 19th century. So here's the pulse. You see, all the strong notes of the melody are supported exactly in the head of the time, in the strong points of the time, with the main pulse. there's a coincidence, okay, of the strongest points of the melody and the main pulse. So because of that, we say that the swing of Flor Amorosa is naive. There's less swing on it. And now let's check it out. Noites Cariocas, which was composed almost 1 century later. Okay, one more time, here's the pulse. It's amazing. It's all out of the main pulse. You see? I'm singing just the main attacks. Okay, so pa pa ta pa pa ta 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 pa ta pa. You saw? So there's some notes, lots of notes that not goes with the main pulse. They don't coincide, and that's this displacement is exactly what brings to us the feeling of groovy, of bouncing. Okay, like bouncing is the opposite to Flor Amorosa. Yes, it's different. Harmonica College. It is different exactly because of that, you know, because in that time, we are talking in the period when Flor Amorosa was composed, we didn't have yet the percussion on Choro. We didn't have the pandeiro, the tamborim, the tantã, nothing like this. So, I believe that was harder. It was harder to put a strong swing on it. However, when Jacó de Bondrins was born, and he was born something about 1914, I believe, something like this. I believe this the date, the year, and he was born in an ambient where we already had the percussion on Choro music. So he was born on that environment. You see. So he naturally he put some more swing on his phrases. And Jacó de Bondrins is amazing. He was a genius. In my opinion, he was the swingest guy on earth. He was amazing. He was amazing. And here we got one more very important thing, and this one is more connected with the harmonica technique. Because the harmonica we call it a free reed instrument. Free reed instrument, which means that we have here in this so tiny instrument 48 voices, 48 notes, 48 reeds. They are free. They are released, isn't it, inside the body of the instrument, and each one of these reeds has a unique way. What's the way? What's the way of the of a reed? Is how strong, how technique you must blow inside in order to reach the note you want. So here. You see that when I'm playing, there's a huge difference when I play the D note on the one draw hole and when I play the fifth hole draw. Okay, the reeds are so different, you know, they are so different, and the lower reed is deeper for me. It's louder, you know. It requires more air, more energy to play it. than here. And there is also one detail which is very important, is that the larger, the bigger the reed, so the lower the note, if it goes down here in harmonic, if you take, for example, a 64 harmonica, the lower notes have bigger reeds, okay? So the lower, the bigger the reed, the lower the note, okay? So it requires more air to make the reed plays sounds, okay? So is there here we got a minimal delay between our blown attack and the sound that is produced by the harmonica. The lower you go, the higher the delay. It's like this. If I play like this, you see, I'm just exaggerating here. It's not a real. I'm just trying to make you understand my point here. Okay, so we got a just very little delay between. There's a lack between the attack of our blow of mouth and the producing of the sound. So this is it's a very important technical point for every harmonica player, because when you play choro, you will play along with the bandoline, with cavaquinho, with acoustic guitar, which are plucked strings instruments. And a plucked strings instrument, it had a fantastic rhythm precision. They play exactly at the same time. When they touch, exactly at this, the sound is produced exactly the same time that they touch the chord, and that is not the same here. We had this minimal delay. So to play fast movements, fast phrases is hard to do so. Really getting together with them. And that's something that we must learn. We must work on it. So I suggest to play the staccato, to practice the staccato a lot. So all the time is like this, so that we can, the staccato is the possibility to the harmonica to play with more precision, which is really required here on choro. Okay, so to give up, historically lower notes on instruments are more difficult to play or even to create them. Yes, exactly. How about the difference between clarinet and flute with harmonica? Well, harmonica college, there's a lot of difference between them. I also I recorded a YouTube video where I discuss exactly the question about the sound of the clarinet and the harmonica. You can go check out in our Sopro de Arte channel on YouTube. Okay, I think that you're gonna enjoy it. And all these videos I'm talking about, they are in English, so you will be able to understand, to fully understand it. And there are lots of differences between clarinet and flute, of course. Okay, Joaquin, I remember that perfectly well. Joaquin was my, I give him a class, just one, isn't it? In Granada, something about 10 years 10 years ago. Técnica burda. I will transmit that today. You see, you're gonna laugh a lot. Yeah. So, as I was talking, we have lots of things to learn with all others instruments, such as clarinet and flute and mandolin. And what we will learn from each instrument will be really different, isn't it? So what we are going to see today is precisely that I learned from the mandolin, from playing with a master of mandolin for so many years, which is Milton Mori. Milton Mori is one of Brazil's top players in the history. He's a monster. He's a genius. He's a genius. And I've been playing with him for more than 20 years now. And it's very hard to play, stick together with him. You know, it's precisely because of that. So what I want to mention to you is that in order to make your rhythm attack more precise, to give precision to that attack, we must practice the staccato, which is played with your tongue here against your teeth in order to produce the T sound. T, 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 T. Okay, so that is the staccato. The more it's a dry and fast note. So when which is the opposite of the legato sound, which is the when we try to link, to connect one note to the others. So I really recommend you to study both ways of interpretation, the legato and the staccato. Okay, so legato. And staccato. How do you write his name? Milton Mori, né? Milton Mori. I will send you in a moment, Joaquin. And he's the player. He's the mandolin player of my group, Choro Harmonica. So anytime if you already saw any of our videos on YouTube, it's always him who are playing with me. Okay. So. So, for example, this phrase of Jacó do Bandolim, Noites Cariocas. Okay, you should practice that with all notes staccato at the beginning, only to give you an idea. Okay, that's important. That's really important, so that you can put the swing precisely on the point. You know, you see? So with this staccato note brings to us the opportunity to realize if we are playing with swing or not. Okay? And then once that you have once that you are more comfortable with the swing, with the feeling of the choro team, then you can put some legato notes. You can create. Good morning, Pedro. Good morning. Welcome. Then you can blend with legato notes, okay? Because it's not natural at all to a harmonica to play everything staccato. Of course not. We got to find out which is the best harmonica way of playing choro, of course. And that's what is precisely what we are discussing here. Choro harmonica is what is the contribution of the harmonica to the choro world? That's the whole point, okay? So here I'm using the staccato to give precision to my phrase, but in all the middle notes and even the last note, I try to put more legato notes in order to build a beautiful musical phrase, okay? Like this is so beautiful. Okay? Oh, don't never mind, Pedro. Don't you worry. You can watch all the live later if you want, okay? I will left the link to it in our group. So that's a very very important thing, okay? Before I move on, I want to play one more choro. May I? I prepared one more choro, and this one will be really fun because I'm using now another playback. This is a playback provided by Regional Imperial, great musicians, and with two great friends of mine, Rafa Toledo and João Camareiro. Rafa plays the pandeiro, and João Camareiro is the 7-string acoustic guitar, and they are creating themselves some playbacks, and this is the first one they made. Okay. Okay. Don't worry, Harmonica College. Bye. Thank you for being here. And now, so we are going to play Receita de Samba, which means Samba's receipt. And the name tells everything, isn't it? Samba is a very, very groovy style. And here, Jacob Bandolim create a choro team based exactly on the samba swing, the samba groove. So let's listen to it. Receita de Samba.
1, 2, 3, 4.
that's so beautiful, isn't it? So groovy, so what a swing, what a swing. That's the legacy of Jacob Bandolin. He was a genius. He was really a genius. What else we can do? What can say about him, isn't it? So this is a very interesting composition made by him, and I love that because we in this choro he made a tribute to the samba, which was which is a Brazilian style that was born from the choro. It is younger than choro, and the first recording of a samba in Brazil was made by Pixinguinha and the Oito Batutas. They made the accompaniment to Donga Sing pelo telefone in 1917. So samba and choro are really connected. And with this team, Receita de Samba, Jacó do Bandolim made a very beautiful tribute, a very significant tribute to the choro music, because it make evident the importance of the rhythm section in choro music from Jacó do Bandolim for the to today, isn't it? So since then, the rhythm becomes one of the most important things in choro music. Is that? So that's why I consider myself, Jacó do Bandolim, one of the most important genius of Brazilian popular music. Okay, and okay, so we already talked about Receita de Samba, about the feeling. What else can I say now? The examples. Another way to develop our technique, okay, in order to release our sound is something that I was talking to Joaquin 10 years later. I use it to call that technique of stupid technique, something like this, because it was a little disconnected from the musicality, you know. It's just only to release your to release your technique. So it's something like this. What I'm playing here, C, D, E, D, C. Only this, 1, 2, 3. I'm going up and down. So if you do that in all the keys, you are going to develop a lot your skills, and little by little you will increase the precision and the speed of your playing. Okay, so that's a very good study to release your technique on harmonica. Okay, that's the stupid technique that Joaquin was saying about. So that's it. I always like to prepare a little material with a resume of everything that was discussed on our lives. And so I'm going to finish the material of today, and I will put it in our Telegram group. So if you are interested in any of the topics that was discussed today, come join us in our Telegram group so that you can have access to this material. It's totally free, okay? Forever free, is no charge at all. And it's a place where we can discuss techniques to develop our skills in harmonica, okay? So the link to our Telegram group is in the description of this video here in YouTube and in the bio here on Instagram, okay? So everybody is really welcome. Most of you are already now in some of our groups, so I'm very glad to have you on them. And okay, Alanis. Pretty good. Thank you, Alanis. Good morning. and and um, and I want to say that I put it in this material, this today material. I wrote um, only a small, only the two phrases that we're discussing today. The first phrase of Flor Amorosa and the first phrase of Noites Cariocas. Okay, I wrote them and they are available there so that you can, maybe sometimes it's good to see the sheet music, because when you see it, you can understand precisely. Oh, really? This note is out of the main pose. You see, and that's something that helps us to organize our understanding about the rhythm. Okay, and rhythm is something that we really have to work all the times. Okay, so that's it, folks. That's it, my friends. That is all what I had to say to you for now, for today. And I will end our broadcasting with an invitation to you to come back tomorrow, always at 8 o'clock a.m. Brasilia time, to watch our fourth live, which will discuss the Choro feeling, the Choro mood, how to interpret Choro, and this will concern a lot with other woodwind instruments such as the clarinet and the flute. Okay, so I hope you have enjoyed this live broadcasting. I hope you have learned a lot, and I wish you a good day. And we see each other tomorrow. Okay? Always at 8 o'clock a.m. Brazilian time at the Sopro de Artes channels. Okay? So, bye bye, everybody. Thank you for watching. Muito obrigado, Joaquim. Abraço. Tchau.